So Flutters staying with his pretty pink. He loves his pink. Crimson in the blue. Once again, so Castellums up fairly weirdly. Barracks is still quite defensive here for Flutters. He's going to get a lot of them out though. They are going to be quite early too, considering how close they are. Longhouses going down as well for Flutters, but again, I don't know if he's given himself all the space he really needs, because Norse in particular, you probably want to play a bit greedy with your longhouse placement. Considering you're going to be able to put your villagers in them any time that they're going to be harassed by enemy units, you can micro them to dodge range fire, all sorts of cool things. Flutters losing a slight amount of build time there, but it's nothing major. Castellum here to Crimson really needs to get that conditioning upgrade queued up in it. Flutters already has that conditioning upgrade just about finished, so really smooth from him. Engineers coming out. So Engineers had a bit of a significant nerf in standard PvP, well, regular champion PvP, and it's translated over into Tiny quite well, where because Engineers now only have the same build time as Villagers, and they're only 25% rather than 35% better as a base until you get the Forum. Romans doesn't quite get going as well as they used to. Presidium, still quite strong, still gives them the ranged attack. Costs more, which doesn't matter in Tiny, but it only gives 20% increased health rather than 50%, so you've no longer got barracks that are just miles tankier than that of any other civ. And Flutters, got some villagers stuck over in the corner here. I don't know what he's planning to do here. We'll get some towers maybe. Crimson adding in the Curians. And he is going to get Presidium. So this is going to be a big boon to him, because he is going to be able to slowly whittle down all these Strong Axemen, because they don't actually have any ranged armor. Ooh. One of them is going to go down, but it's not the one with Presidium queued up in it. Crimson probably needs to get as many villagers as queued up as possible, as many engineers queued up as possible. Should never miss a beat with production, because Flutter's already gone to age 3 here. Even though he does have the pop deficit, I think he is in quite a comfortable spot here. He is going to add armories, double armory already. Workshop coming out now for Crimson, so if he gets this down, this is huge, because he'll be able to make use of the Scorpios, really blow apart the Strong Axe Ball, force Flutters to have to really spread himself across the map as best he can. There's not a lot of space in Tiny to do so. Once Siege is out, it's out, guys, and it's really hard to deal with. More towers coming up here for Flutters, though. He's going to get the third one established now, which is pretty nifty for him. I'm actually unmuted, thank the Lord. Alright, so towers coming up here for Crimson. He's really nestling himself down here. And he is going to get Scorpio. And some more coming out of these Siege Workshops. So double Siege Workshop production, even though he is pushed into here, I think as long as he can keep his production up, he is okay. Meanwhile, Flutters, I think at this stage he probably really needs to add in just a crap load of outposts, smash out a whole bunch of War Dogs and transition to Berserkers, because he's going to need them to be able to chop through these buildings. Use the dogs to try and just buy himself a bit of time for his other units, get some Berserkers, maybe get some Cavalry or some range, either or. Cavalry might be the better choice, considering that there's going to be a lot of these high impact, good splash damage Scorpios. Crazy stuff. Picking off units left, right and centre here. Flutters is still building up, still pushing forward. Good Strong Axeman numbers. Try and squeeze out some buildings. He's going to try and get that tower up. Technically that tower's going to outrange the Castellums there, so I mean if he does get a wall of towers there, or a fort, he would be okay here. But again, I think he probably needed to get the War Dogs. And now there's a healthy number of Scorps there for Crimson, so Flutters back foot now, and he probably needs to squeeze out the Zerks. Mass TA, not quite enough. Not as good as it is in Sparta, eh? GG. Game number 2 goes to Crimson. God, my typing is hopeless today. So Roman win over Norse after an Egyptian win over Norse, and I think Flutters is just not that familiar with Tiny, because really, with Norse you can just abuse the hell out of the fact that War Dogs train really fast and don't take up any population. And you can build the outposts a little bit quicker than you can the other production facilities, so it just buys you that meat shield to be able to get up and running with Norse, to be able to take, you know, deep enough that you can just do, you know, almost whatever you want.